Hey everybody, One Wisdom here. Tuesday, October 22nd, 2013, right around midnight. Could be Wednesday morning, I suppose. Somewhere close to there. Unboxed a lot tonight. We started out, we got Countdown taken care of, Roller Brawl, then we've tackled Star Strike and LightCore Star Strike. LightCore, of course, I was worried about getting to show you the LightCore ability. I'm home free. They work just fine on the SSA portal, so that's the good news there. The blog, I will have pictures lit up on the portal, the side-by-sides where applicable, stat cards, everything like that. Again, right now I've got a standard Pocket Edition Lite, Pocket Edition Lite save file. It's one of those things I can take pictures and probably edit them, but if I came in and I actually then started adding them to the blog or emailing them, that's when I risk losing the save file. My nephew and I are currently having a Minecraft war, so I'm trying to keep that one going. I do have Pocket Edition, it's just sometimes we prefer to play Pocket Edition Light Survival. So anyway, we're going to come in here. Who I am going to unbox now is Smolderdash. Smolderdash, very interesting character. She's going to have a standard pose, which we don't have access to yet, and a LightCore pose. So that'll take care of both of her paths, and it looks like I am going to want to take both of her paths, so that's a very good thing. Not quite sure. I think I know how she's going to light up. We'll have to kind of see how elaborate or how well lit it's going to be. But we'll go ahead and grab her. I picked her up at Toys R Us. Fear not. We will take care of the display with Series 3 Eruptor. When you see the Series 3 guys coming in the picture, you know we're getting close to being caught up on our unboxings. Chase McCain is hidden. He's been hidden differently in every video. I just sometimes forget to mention it, which is ironic since oftentimes I don't move him and I remember to mention him. That said, should be able to find him. I can see him pretty easy. But $10.99 is what I paid. I'm sorry, not $10.99, $13.99 I guess, because she came from Toys R Us. I've had other people tell me it's not the case where they're at. Where I'm from, I have a hard time finding LightCore Smolderdash. Target, I went there first thing on launch day because I was afraid of missing out on Nitro Magna Charge. They had zero. They had no trace of the woman. She was not to be found. Walmart's, of course, were debacle. I think I may have seen one or two at GameStop, still limited there, but Toys R Us, which by and away has the largest inventory on launch day for the third year in a row, they had, not on the main wall even, she didn't even have a peg on the main wall. It was one of those little center aisle displays, like where they keep the cards. I'm assuming your store might do that too, but it's kind of like the little aisle caps that usher people towards the checkout, But they had to, when they brought out the Wave 2, they had that sitting there, and there was a couple of her sitting there in the same spot. So I'd say maybe there's been like 12 total, and they've always been limited. I've never seen more than like 3 on the shelf, and that includes launch day when I got her. So $13.99 though, but again, I got the buy one get one 40% off. Like I said, some people have said she's everywhere for their location. Where I'm at, she's very hard to find, and I realize she's just a LightCore character, but trying to help you out there if I can. Looks pretty cool. Again, the LightCore boxes, they're just cut at a sharp angle. We'll bust out Heavy Duty Sprocket here to showcase the difference. That's actually a rounded corner. The LightCore's first difference is going to be, the way that's structured. Second difference, and this is interesting, no character artwork up here. It's just an emphasis on LightCore. Of course, your other big difference, you got Prism Break, which is a great character to highlight everything. The holographic deal, no slogan, just the character name, the elemental logos, holographic. It's not holographic, it's just sat on top of there. But that's how they've done it this year. Again, I think their goal is to say, like in the event you see right there, what's a bad example? But when you had Star Strike and LightCore Star Strike, if you have those two side by side, they want to show that there is a difference between them. That this one lights up, that this one's something special, not just your standard pose. So I think that's the reason for the emphasis there. Cool thing, if you note, they've actually got like all the little elemental logos blended in there. They do that on the Series 2 and 3 sidebars as well. But there's what she looks like, very menacing. I think she's going to be, she's a in all honesty, I consider her to be a lot like Starstrike. They look somewhat similar even too. But I think she's going to play very well. Speaking of Starstrike, there she is, LightCore Starstrike shown on the portal, and then you can see the light up ability showcased in the game. Coming down here, LightCore, she's got the LightCore Power Flash Bomb effect. I have my opinions on those things. You can find them in many other videos. There's her box art. I can't complain too much about that one. I feel like if she was overlaid on like a volcano or lava, it would take away from her. Note the gold, though. We'll cover that here in a little bit. LightCore features, we got LC Smolderdash, Warnado, Grim Creeper, and Whamshell. Again, being a brand new SWAP Force Newlander, she will only work in SWAP Force, not going to be able to play her in SSA. We'll go ahead now and crack her open. Looking forward to seeing how well she looks on the portal with the lights out. It'll also be interesting to see. I realize we don't have no standard version to compare to, but I'm interested in seeing what she scores cumulatively on her stat card. Opening up pretty easy here. Again, not as cool as when we have the SWAP Force characters or something, but we'll pull her out, and she is taped as well, just like we saw with LightCore Starstrike. So makes it a little tricky, particularly if you plan to keep everything. Your best bet's probably just to cut the tape, in all honesty, and then retape it. What I like to do, this is LightCore, you want to be very careful. You don't just like rip her out by the hands or the head. I try to come in by the base and then actually work the plastic. Worked in Giants, work now. Pretty cool looking pose there. We'll set her down, roller brawl. Thank you for catching her. Gonna try now to get the card out. These LightCores have not been friendly to me in this unboxing series. We're gonna set that aside now. It'll probably fall too. We'll start out right back here. You see her sticker sheet. Very cool artwork there. Then LightCore Smolderdash. Below that's a QR code, web code, everything like that. Check out that artwork though. She looks really good with the holographic effect. Coming in, wow. Power 140 of 200. Armor 50 of 200. Let that focus back for you. Agility 85 of 200. And then luck, I'll have to pop over the camera to read that. That's 60 of 200. So she's at 200, 250. 335. That's impressive. That's actually 5 more than LightCore Starstrike. So, interesting little observation there. We'll set that down. Come in this, I mean, given the fact that she's all black, she's kind of got the black and orange vibe going pretty well, which again, that's one of my favorite color schemes. Speaking of that, I actually, on Twitter, hit up Frito-Lay. I'd had a couple people still asking me about it, and so last night when I'd gotten the 4 videos uploaded, which if you haven't seen those, check them out. Scorp, Riptide, among others. You can find their unboxings. Went ahead and just posted. I hadn't seen any of the Fright Rider Frito-Lay bags still, and that's with people telling me that they'd contacted Frito-Lay and they said they were going to finally start shipping them out to their locations or something. Rob over there on the West Coast from CoinOp TV, same thing for him. He's just a guy trying to get some chips and get a Skylander. Could not locate them in his area. Same for me. And it's not an issue where the bags are selling, like Frito kind of implied. It's literally they're not here. You know, I've seen Frankenstein bags. I've seen glow-in-the-dark Cheeto bags. Never had any trouble with the Sidekick bags. It takes them a while to get to me. But I don't know if it's the grocery chains that I've got, the retailers, the distribution patterns I'm in. I mean, they're based in Plano. I'm in Texas as well. That was kind of what my deal is. I'd understand maybe Rob in California, if you're in Oregon, you know, maybe y'all not having them. But I mean, I'm, you know, UPS ground. It's, you know, 1 day to where I'm at from Plano. So I don't know what the problem is. And they've got their own independent trucks. They're a big company, so don't know what's going on there. Again, I brought that up just because she's orange and black, and that reminds me of Halloween, which reminded me of Halloween Fright Rider. That said, she's got the funky flame hair going on there. Really, I mean, she is probably... I don't have LightCore Hex up here. I'll save that for another time, but just if you had to glance at a Skylander, I mean, you know, Blizzard Chill, you know, she's kind of, you know, the attractive ice warrior. You got the fun and lovable, you know, Super Gulp Pop Fizz. You got Eruptor, you know, even Grim Creeper, which the name, to his credit, is very intimidating. I guess his pose is somewhat intimidating as well. Heavy duty sprocket. I mean, obviously the woman's in a flipping tank. I mean, that's kind of got something going for itself. But what I'm getting at is if you just had to grab a Skylander and say who's intimidating, it's not going to be Shroom Boom, not going to be Warnado, certainly not going to be Popthorn or Wrecking Ball, but this chick looks intimidating. That's saying something. She's got the really sinister look to her. Again, maybe that's why they released one of her forms before on launch day, kind of coincide with Halloween. But she's got kind of a nice orange accent here on both gloves. The eyes, again, the same way. Mouth, little feature there, I guess, from a mask or a helmet. She looks really cool. I mean, there's not a lot of detail here, you know, in terms of like color schemes and textures. It's basically, she's black and orange and she looks like she means business. Something I do like, here on the sides, check that out. She's actually got kind of that little orifice where she shoots the orbs and the flames from. Both sides have that from the back, dressed in black. Can't argue with that. Again, nice touch there on the hair. We'll have to see if any of that lights up. It would kind of be cool if these two slots here on the hands and the eyes did, now that I've seen her out of the packaging. But we'll see what happens. Before we do that, let's take a look at her story. Smolderdash had always wanted to be a royal defender of the Fire Temple. Onward, Link. Home of the first flame, a sacred torch that had been ignited by the original fire source. Now I've got Audio Slave in my head. Unfortunately, she had been born during an eclipse and was believed by her people to be cursed. Note the eclipse, that's going to come in here shortly, which prevented her from such an honor. But when Chaos stole the flame and used it to light the candles on his birthday cake, can't blame the guy, you always forget a lighter on your birthday. It was Smolderdash who went after it. Blazing like a comet, she dashed into Chaos' lair, repelled the troll security force with her flaming whip, and retrieved the sacred flame just before Chaos blew out the candles. Smolderdash returned home as a champion of her people and was finally granted the honor of becoming a royal defender. But she graciously declined, having set a new goal for herself to help fight against Chaos as a member of the Skylanders. Really cool story there again. Sad times for Chaos. Her slogan, fittingly, a blaze of glory, ties in very well with her background there. Base attack, really interesting. It's actually a flame whip. That ties in with her menacing and intimidating look. Picture her with a flame whip. Next up, her secondary attack is called Solar Orb. Again, she basically, I assume out of these orifices, just think Shade Master, something along those lines. Probably projectile type. Tertiary attack is called Eclipse. It's really interesting looking. Pressure tertiary attack to become solar charged for a short time, making all attacks more powerful. It is going to be a deal that runs out of time and has to be recharged, but that's going to be pretty dadgum neat. Her two paths, you've got Sun Forger. Looks like it is going to address her projectiles, and then I believe you can actually use the whip to hit the upgraded projectile and do more damage. And then the Sun-Forged path, she gets more armor. She can do a Sun Slam, which looks pretty sweet. And then attack 2 to shoot a blazing sun at enemies. Attack 1 to strike. Fiery Aura, so that would be interesting. Her Soul Gem is... this is her namesake, I suppose, the Smolderdash. It's 2 words, her name is 1. But essentially, when you are doing the Eclipse, when you do the Eclipse and then you press the tertiary button again, it looks like she's going to do the Smolderdash, which they act like is going to be pretty devastating damage-wise. That said, again, she's just real simple, pretty heavy, but she looks really good, just in terms... Doesn't have the detail of some characters, Shroom Boom, Camo, Scorp, Star, I mean, really any of them, in terms of colors, but she just has that very menacing look about her, which, it works for me. They don't do it with all of them, so, every once in a while when you do that, I'm not going to complain. That said, moment of truth here, we're going to turn on the old battery-sucking wireless portal. Okay. Yep. Looks like it's just going to be up front and up top. Actually, maybe the whole backside a lot. I think the way they did it, they probably have the light source located probably below like those 5 trident spike looking things. Let's go ahead and kill the lights and we can probably get a better feel for it. Try to scoot her back so you can see it when I kill them. Yeah, from a distance, and this looks red too. The camera's actually showing that as well. It's a little bit more of a pink than what I see. In person, I mean, she is orange, and this is truly... That looks pretty dadgum sweet at that angle. Granted, this is a weird angle. You're usually going to see her on the portal, you know, not at that position. You're going to just see, like, top down, essentially, unless you're really short or your portal's on top of the TV or something. But that's actually a really good light-up effect. Coming around to the backside, I mean, that's a full head of hair right there. Have to say, this looks way better than I was thinking. Again, you know, there's nothing right here. If you can see my finger sliding back and forth, that would be where she'd have, you know, the solar orb shooting out or be holding the whip. Nothing there. But again, with the lights out, you can really appreciate her. It is a red-orange glow. It's more, I'd say, definitely closer to a red than an orange. Camera not necessarily showcasing a true color there due to the low light conditions. But I'm holding the portal. This is the power button. I've got it right now parallel to the ground. I'm going to spin it over 90 degrees, and you're looking down now on Smolderdash, basically from, you know, we're looking at her chin, essentially. She looks wicked, and I mean that in a good way. I mean, she just looks, I mean, truly like she's going to storm into Chaos's castle, get back the Eternal Flame, and basically just torch anything in her path. So I'm very impressed with her. I think this is, having seen it now with the lights out, with the lights on it wasn't doing much for me, but with the lights out, man, that's when she really shines. This is probably going to be one of the better LightCore poses. Haven't seen them all yet. Star Strikes, while fitting to her, this is heads and tails above that, man. It's really nice. I'll spin her around, give you one final look. You can see the detail with that black accent in there. I guess my batteries on the portal kicked the bucket or something. There they come. But, I'll spin it around real quick in case they die again. Just looks sinister. I mean, that's a very nice look. I'll slide her back, turn the lights on real quick. Alright, but that is LightCore Smolderdash lit up on the portal. Again, on the blog, I'll eventually have those pictures for you. I'm impressed with this lady. Again, doesn't have the details that you see like on Countdown, Zulu, Riptide. Doesn't have the colors, the texture like on regular Star Strike. No intricacies like you have with the various textures, you know, and elements of Bumble Blast. She just looks clean, sleek, simple, and insanely sinister, and that's a very good thing. Again, she's truly like a yellow in the eyes, if you wanted an actual color. Reddish orange, mainly orangey yellow towards the top and extremities, but with the lights out, it's a true red color. Bit red orange, but again, if you had to pick red or orange, I'd go red on that coloring. Very impressed by this lady. I'm excited to play as her. Again, the good news is, if you're a Smolderdash fan, she will eventually have her standard pose comes out, which means we can take both paths. And I, for one, will be looking forward to that. Again, I think her and Star Strike, two ladies that are really going to add a lot to the game. Roller Brawl could potentially as well, but these two just look... I think they may appeal to a wider audience than Roller Brawl. You know, some characters, while great, you know, kind of niche characters, some people are going to be just really, really into them. Some people are just, you know, like, yeah, they're, you know, pretty good. I feel like Star Strike and Smolderdash probably going to perform well universally, regardless whether you're into dragons, whether you're into speed, whether you're into, you know, the powerful strikes like you have with Bash, if you're into the charge attacks like Ghost Roaster, Drill Sergeant. I just feel like these two, Smolderdash and Star Strike, probably going to be well liked or at least appreciated by everyone. That said, she has been hard to find in my area. I've had others tell me that's not the case where they're at. But she looks really good with the lights out. definitely grow to appreciate her once you take a look. If you're disappointed, when you have her, playing in the daytime, or in the, lights on in the living room or something, kill the lights, lower the lights if you got, a dimmer switch or something. That may change how you view LightCore Smolderdash. But again, $13.99 was the price. Toys R Us is where I found it relatively hard to find, at least in my area. I got in on the buy one, get one 40%. Keep that in mind, or, try another retailer, save a buck if TRU isn't having a sale. Slogan is a blaze of glory. And she looks really, really good when you do actually turn the lights out. So I will leave it at that. I think we're going to come in now, and we'll actually hit up LightCore Grim Creeper and Legendary LightCore Grim Creeper. So we'll get those cranked out. I'll try to get all these videos edited and uploaded tonight into this morning for you. And then I'll basically be ready for Series 2 and Series 3. If any of that interests you, make sure you are subscribed. That will take care of that for you. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. That blog link at the top of the video description, take that. It'll send you straight to a post specifically on LightCore Smolderdash. I'll have all her information, the pictures eventually, the video will be there. Pretty much anything and everything you've ever wanted to know, you should be able to find there on the blog. But once again, thank you for watching. And until next time, I guess I will be like Smolderdash and go out in a blaze of glory.